Christians and other religious minorities have been persecuted by ISIS forces. Juliana Taimoorazy is the president and founder of the Iraqi Christian Relief Council. She's joining us now with what she's learning from people who have been attacked, displaced, and stranded. Welcome. It's so nice to have you here today. I know you are very concerned about what's taking place on the ground there. You are a refugee yourself. I've seen horrific photos and videos of ISIS soldiers engaged in beheadings, burning churches, murdering women and young girls for not wearing a veil. These are images that are being sent out via social media, invoking fear and causing thousands of Christians and non-Muslim religious groups to flee their homes. You've been trying to stay in touch. What are you hearing?
Uma, thank you so much for having me. Yes, I was a refugee. I came from Iran about 24 years ago, so I completely understand what these people are going through. The news is really dire. This is an ongoing genocide against the Assyrian Christians of Iraq. The Assyrians are the indigenous people of this land. They have lived there for over 6,700 years, and today we're being forced out. The need is great. There's immediate need that we need to address, and there's the long-term need. The immediate need is that we have hundreds of thousands of Assyrians, along with other minorities, such as Shabaks, Yazidis, and Mandaeans, who are stranded. They're living in open areas on the mountains, as you know, and we really need to help send humanitarian aid on an emergency cases. We need tents, we need water, we need food parcels, so I can go on and on about what those needs, how great those needs are.
Needs are indeed great, and I know yes, that for the long term there are so many questions, and what makes it particularly disturbing, for example, a particular fact, for the first time in 1,600 years, no masses are being celebrated in Mosul, for example. This against a backdrop of an area where people fled with just the clothes on their back. Is it true that most of these refugees believe they will never be able to return to their homes?
Well, that is what the belief is. However, we as Americans have the strategy. There are great thinkers who are coming up with strategies to work on this terrible human tragedy, Christian tragedy. I have to tell you, Uma, I was listening to President Obama earlier, and he talked about a corridor down the Sinjar mountain. I want to urge the American president and the American people to really think about creating a safe zone for the Assyrians as well as other minorities in the Nineveh Valley, in the Nineveh Plain area. That is a very important strategic place for the minorities in Iraq. This is the land that they've lived in for thousands of years. So we, as the people come up with strategies, it is very critical to support creating this safe zone and also ask for international protection. We're asking for the UN Security Council, to provide peacekeepers to go in there to watch the situation there. There are thousands, about 4,000 to 5,000 men who are ready to join forces to become security members on the ground in Iraq. I understand Peshmergas they need to be equipped, and the central government needs to have its army regrouped again. But we as minorities in Iraq, we really need our own security forces as well. We need to be trained, we need to be equipped. We know how to protect our own people on the ground in Iraq. So I urge you, please let us talk about the Nineveh Valley, let us talk about the Nineveh Plain and the Sinjar province.
Are you hearing from any folks there who have actually received some of the aid that the U.S. has been delivering?
Yeah, some of the aid has been delivered, but it is really like a drop in the bucket is what I'm hearing. There's a great need for tents. There's a great need for food. Each food parcel that we send money to and is purchased basically feeds a family of 4 to 5 for approximately 2 to 3 weeks. We have hundreds and thousands of refugees that are in need right now. So the need is great. That is the immediate need, but long term, to sustain the indigenous people of the land, the Assyrians, the Yazidis, Shabaks, Mandaeans, we have to think from a larger perspective how to create a safe zone with the UN involvement, with American and other government involvements.
This is an unbelievable human tragedy that's unfolding before our very eyes. Juliana, thank you very much. I know you're going to continue to keep us posted as to what's developing and get back with us as to how the folks are coping there. Thank you for joining us with your insights.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, this